si Kabataan Party List Representative Rene Co. Magandang gabi muli sa inyo, Congresswoman.
Magandang gabi po, Ms. Corina.
You were explaining the main differences at yung pagkakaiba po ng basihan na pinakamatibay po ayon sa inyo tungkol po dun sa hambingan natin ng unang impeachment complaint sa complaint o reklamo na inyo pong inihain.
Yes po.
Opo.
So, to explain further, may argument sa second impeachment complaint na wala po sa first impeachment complaint. In particular, sinasite natin na mabigat yung direct testimony ni DPWH Undersecretary Bernardo, where he said that he personally handled and delivered 8 billion pesos in cash for those allegedly acting for the office of the executive secretary. And then we have testimonies later on that linking this to President Marcos Jr. or hinahambing ito sa 25 billion pesos na ni-receive ni President Marcos Jr. from Representative Zaldico. So, number 2, andyan din yung BBM parametric formula. This is a 16-page policy document highlighting that bahagi ng magiging policy in handling DPWH quote-unquote allocables to particular mambabatas and even members of national leadership of government, yung priorities nila iko-considera. Beyond po ito sa poverty threshold or ano man yung infrastructure plan, yung priorities lang nila. Kung ano man yan, iko-considera. And ikatlo, andyan yung argument natin on unprogrammed appropriations. And may attachment tayo ng official government records na nagpo-point to the pattern that most of the unprogrammed appropriation spending ay napunta rin sa flood control, ghost and substandard. And according to law, the Administrative Code of 1987, ang pwedeng mag-approve ng ganyang items na isispendan ng UA, President mismo, hindi ng office, President mismo. Yun po ay hindi captured sa first impeachment complaint, nasa second. And siguro I'm happy to share this very new update, as in 5 minutes ago lang po, yung 2 impeachment complaints po na inihain laban kay President Bongbong Marcos Jr., ito po ay na-refer na sa House Committee on Justice.
Ayun.
Meaning officially ay initiated na po ang impeachment proceedings.
Ayun. Does that require, ito pong kapapasok lang na balita na na-refer na sa House Committee on Justice ang dalawang verified na impeachment complaints kasama po sa inyong pag-endorso. Does this require the assessment of the committee? O ito po ay basta't automatiko na po na kanilang tinatanggap?
At this point, procedural pa lang yung pag-refer sa kanila and wala pong choice yung House Committee sa pagtanggap or hindi.
Ayun,
ngayon,
okay.
Yun ang next step. Pag-uusapan, i-deliberate na ng House Committee on Justice yung sufficiency of form and substance ng both complaints. May chance na makapag-expound ng argument, makapag-present ng evidence, ito ay may direct and cross-examine or yung counterpart nito in a congressional hearing and ma-involve ang taong bayan sa pagsiwalat ng mga argumento at yung mga ebidensya na ito.
So sa inyo pong pagpapaliwanag, although we still have yet to read the entire impeachment complaint, the second one, tama po ba na puro mga testimonya po galing sa tao ito? O mayroon po kayong mga resibo, mayroon po kayong trail, bank accounts na maaari pong maging karagdagang ebidensya?
May official government records po na in-include natin as evidence. Actually, yung direct testimonies from former Representative Zaldico and DPWH Undersecretary Bernardo na to note ay star witness ng gobyerno. And so, nagtataka din tayo kung bakit meron silang allegations that impute Malacanang na hindi masyadong na probe. Third argument pa lang ho yan, or third act that we see constitute an impeachable offense. Yung first 2 po, supported po yan by official government records. Yung number 1 po, yung tinatawag na baseline balance managed parametric formula, the BBM parametric formula, which was signed off and naging official national policy since July 2022 at na-implement for 3 budget cycles. Yan po ay official public document. At ikalawa po, yung unprogrammed appropriations, meron po tayong nakuhang listings ng projects under UA, alin dyan yung napondohan, alin dyan yung ghost or substandard. And yung data na to galing po sa submissions to our offices because of the budget process na binigay mismo ng DPWH. And number 2, nasa isumbong sa Pangulo website. So lahat po ito ay kinompile natin para mapakita na may widespread corruption happening. And itong widespread corruption, hindi po ito chancing and padiskarte-diskarte lang ng iilan. Pero ito po ay polisiya, signed off by Malacanang.
So huling tanong na lamang po, not precluding all the evidence that you gathered, whether this is substantiated or not in the end, ano po, considering that the administration still has majority of the numbers in the lower house, gaano po kayo kampante na uusad po itong inyong reklamo sa mababang kapulungan?
Well, siyempre, we're hoping for the best. Hindi naman kami bulag na, yes, may mas mataas na numbers yung majority. But as the arguments are expanded on and isisiwalat sila sa floor, we hope that yung mga mambabatas ay umakto ayon sa konsensya, ayon sa ebidensya, at sumama din yung taong bayan sa proseso na ito. Hindi lang naman po through this House Committee proceedings, this impeachment proceedings nangyayari ang pananagutan. And in all other avenues ay available po siya. So, yes, we see na may numbers game din ito, pero we don't lose hope.
Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Kabataan Party List Representative Rene Co.
Manatiling nakatutok sa Bilyonaryo News Channel. Sumubaybay sa aming social media accounts at mag-subscribe sa aming YouTube channel para sa mga bago at eksklusibong balita.